Hi, I'm Bernadette, and this is my story. In 1986, I was engaged to a very nice man, but something inside me told me that maybe this wasn't the one. And it wasn't any kind of a lightning bolt thing, it was more like a feeling. And I think sometimes trying to listen to those little voices inside isn't always easy. I used to be a very, very quiet kind of wallflower girl. I was more in the background. I was kind of someone that would watch things happen as opposed to make things happen. I'm from a big family, and I think finding my way within my family, I was always kind of quiet. I didn't know how to say no to something that everyone had these expectations that I was going to marry this person. I didn't know how to stop something I had started. I ended up on December 19th, 1986, going out with a friend, and on the way home, I was in a horrible car accident. I lost consciousness and was in the hospital for a long period of time. I had an experience during my hospital stay that I think was a turning point in my life. I realized that I was meant for more. I was meant for something different. I realized that I shouldn't marry this young man. We made the decision to obviously not continue the relationship, and there were a lot of people around me that were very surprised. Everyone anticipated that I would marry this young man, and I think if I did, I would have had a good life. He was a kind person, a giving person, but I would have stayed in that little bubble in that area that I grew up in. I think my mother was concerned for my future because I had found this nice young man. But not more than 6 months later, she was also present when I met the man who would become my future. I was going to community college and was working in a hair salon. And I was giving my mother a permanent for her birthday, and a very handsome young man walked in to get a haircut, and I was the new girl, so I got to cut his hair. He was exactly the opposite of the kind of guys I had dated prior to that. He was more of a suit type. His hands were clean and soft and not like the men that I had dated in the past. I was smitten with him. I would go to get the, cut his hair, and I kept dropping my comb. It was just kind of odd that my mother was there the day that I met the man that would be my husband. We were married in 1990, and we've been married 20 years, and we have 3 wonderful children, 18, 15, and 7. If I would have married the man that I was dating in 86, I think that my life would have been a good life, but I think it would have been a small life. And I think because I married Todd, I was offered the opportunity to have a much bigger life. I've been offered a lot more opportunities for personal growth. In fact, my 18-year-old, we realized he's lived in 9 different homes. Most of those relocations were for my husband's career ladder process. When it comes right down to it, I think that life continues to provide you opportunities to learn and to grow, and you have to take them, and if you don't see them, you have to look for them. I guess I've learned over the years not to be as afraid. I'm okay with letting people know how I feel about things. In hindsight, to kind of bring things full circle, I think that car accident was one of the best things that ever happened to me. It was a really scary time in my life, and I was very fearful, but it was also a huge turning point because I think that the universe or God or however you choose to see a higher power continues to give you lessons until you learn from them. I think that God was giving me yet another opportunity to learn something about myself. You've got to look for those lessons and those opportunities and those challenges. I think that's it.
Her story. Real women, real stories. Tell us yours in the comments below, and we'll produce and feature the best ones.